Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Jordan, and today we're going to be focusing on this synth. It's called Escalate, and if I haven't taught this before, I'm teaching it now because it's very. If you slightly turn the mod wheel, and I mean slightly, because as you can see, this is maybe 3. This is probably 3 or 10. I don't know if you can see this, but the modulation is either 3 or 10 for this one patch, because if you go any farther into the patch, it starts to turn into a growl. So what I'm actually using this for is modifying another sound with this sound. So have a listen to the demo I put together for you guys, and I guess I'll just take it from there. So as you can tell by the modulation wheel, we only moved it like a very, very small amount. So let's see. We moved it, 8. We moved it to 8. Because if we go any farther, we'll start to hear more of a growl. So I'm going to show you how I created this. So I'm going to open up my Reason, go to File, New, drag up my mixer, drag down my sequencer. So I'm going to create a combinator. So I'm going to right click, go to my utilities, create combinator. Inside this combinator, I'll create from my instruments a brand new subtractor. For the first part of subtractor, what we're going to be accomplishing is that we're going to start and try and create this growl patch, even though we're using it as a side-by-side additive synth instead of a subtractive synth. So for our first modulation, let's attack the modulation side. So for LFO1, we want this to be 32 or 31, and for the phase, we want 41, or however close you can get it. For the range, we want this to be 12, and for the polyphony, we want 13. We also want, for our oscillator 1, we want to choose it to waveform 6. Make sure it's positive. And for the semitone, take it to 12. For the synth, we'll take it down 3. And for the FM amount, we'll take it to about 40. For oscillator 2, make sure it's turned on. Make sure the phase is all the way to 0. We're going to take the, instead of turning it to a saw, we want it to be a square. We also want this to be neutral. And I'm going to take it down 2 octaves. For our last, let's see, we also want to make sure that the filter is a little bit lower, so about 58. And for our amp envelope, we want our attack to be at 69, our sustain and decay all the way up. And for our release, we'll take this to 0. After this, I'm going to create a M-class equalizer found in Studio Effects. And I'm also going to, well, let's attack the equalizer first. I'm going to turn on all my buttons. So low cut, low shelf, parameter 1, parameter 2, and high shelf. For parameter 1, I'm going to take, for the low shelf, we're going to take this to 96 Hertz. Put the gain to about -2.9, and the Q, just leave it where it is. For parameter 1, I'm going to take this to about 206, gain down, Q all the way up. For parameter 2, take this about 226, gain down, Q all the way up. Actually, let's make this about 405 Hertz. Take the high shelf all the way down and boost it by 2.3 decibels. Turn up the Q all the way. After this, we're going to create a Scream 4 distortion unit found in creative effects. I'm going to turn it to warp for the type. I'm sorry, feedback for the type. And the damage, make it about 58. P1, we're going to take that to 0, and P2, we're going to turn it to about 42. And for the body, we're going to take the resonance all the way down, make sure the body is turned on, put the scale a little bit halfway, so about 86, or about that third mark there. Sorry, fifth mark. And we're going to turn our auto to 64, or 65, and turn it to type E. Now let's have a listen. We're almost there, but not quite. So what I'm going to do is after this, I'm going to go to my utilities and create a pulsar. For the pulsar, I'm actually going to flip this over and take the LFO2 out and plug it into our parameter 2. Make sure that our 2 is on, and we want tempo sync on as well. So we're going to turn this to about 1/8 and turn the level to about 83. We're also going to turn up the phase to 180 and the lag to about 16. After this, we're going to create a unison 16 and turn the dry wet to about 1/4, so 24, and then detune to about 26. After this, we're going to create a RV7000 advanced reverb, turn the dry wet to 20 and the decay to 23. After this, I'm going to create a M-class equalizer. No, actually, I think, let me delete that. Yes, we actually need to create a compressor. So actually, I'm going to go to my line 6 bass amp and just turn on the compressor. Push the threshold to 91. After this, create another Scream 4 distortion unit found in Creative Effects. This time, we're going to take the distortion to about 60. We're going to take the type to warp. We're going to put P1 and P2 in the middle. And that's all we really need to do for the Scream 4 distortion. After this, I'm going to go to my Studio Effects, create a M-class maximizer, turn on soft clip, take off limiter, turn on release to auto, and take our soft clip amount to 127. There you guys have it. You should have the escalate sound. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow on my birthday for another crazy tutorial. Ta-ta for now.